We're doing the Age of Ultron review too?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Clearly, you're not reading it. You're being a dick.
I did this the other week, and
Is it a callback
what?
to a joke you made previously?
Not a joke, but an inner thought that I had previously, I guess.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to our show. Welcome to Breakroom bullshit.
Hey guys.
Hey, we're gonna guess what we're doing today. We're reviewing Guardians 1 and 2. It's a double feature back to back.
Yeah, we got
ass to ass.
We got the double feature coming up.
Ass to ass.
That's later, much later in the show. This week's real bullshit, which I didn't even prepare anything to do.
I'm talking about all the movies I screened last week.
Oh, I know what else. What I can talk about. I have just one thing, I guess, and maybe some of the comics I can talk about.
Yeah, I screened 3 of the 4 new movies that came out last week, so I'll be talking about those. We have some Terminator news, some superhero movie news, so we'll cover all that. So welcome to our show. You guys can do some stuff. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I was pulling out this, so I had this ready.
Is it your penis?
Yeah, it's ready.
Nice.
You should go to our YouTube page and go to Breakroom BS and subscribe to it, and the links to our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud are all on there. So go do that. Let's go do that. You should go do that. Not let's. I'm not doing it, but they should do it. They should do it, but I refuse to do it.
They should do it, but you refuse to do it.
I will not give in to the hype.
Don't do it.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we start off with some news? You want to get into some news, Gable?
I was just looking at my rankings, and I still feel they're exactly where I want them to be.
I would hope so, since you did them.
Well, sometimes I second guess things, and I'm like, maybe I gave one thing because I felt one way one week about it.
Do you get flip-floppy?
I get flipped, not severely, just to a minor degree.
You're like, if only I could make this small change, everything would be great.
Small
wieners.
Small flip-floppies.
All right, let's do some news. Let's get into some news.
Nothing that would change my ranking.
Oh, okay. Let's get into some news.
We're not going to bring that up.
You fool. How about we talk about some news? You want to get into some news? You want to do some news?
The first news article is Dave and Gable fought today.
Yeah, we had a fight.
Funny.
We had sex afterwards.
And then instantly made up with sex. My shoes need to come off. My feet are really warm right now. All right, we're good. What's the first article?
Oh boy. Let's talk about
Ants in your eyes.
Ants in your eyes, Johnson. Let's talk about. So have you heard this? Did you see this? Did you hear about this? The Samuel L. Jackson picture that he put on the thing.
Is it a nudie picture?
Yeah, he put out a picture of his big black cock.
Nice.
His BBC.
Nice.
Samuel L. Jackson, who plays Nick Fury, just posted a mysterious pic of himself getting a life cast on his Instagram account. The pic comes from the set of the upcoming Captain Marvel film, and there is much speculation from people commenting that Nick Fury is a Skrull because of this. Now, I need you to explain to me why this life cast makes him a Skrull, because it confuses me.
I don't even know what a life cast is.
Basically, it's like they cover your face in plaster, and then they use it to like make molds of your face. So, like, for example, the thing they used to use it for a lot was in, like, let's say in a horror movie where someone's getting a machete in their fucking head, right? Okay, or their top of their head's getting cut off. It's getting cut in half. They would make a cast of it so they can make a fake head and then use that so it looks like them. They use that to get another version that looks like them.
Life cast. I don't know much about special effects, so I'm not really sure where they could or couldn't go with that. But I do know that they probably are going to de-age him, considering it's a period piece. So I mean that has something to do with any sort of effects that they would do on his face.
Yeah, I feel like de-aging would just be all CGI. I don't know why they would need a practical life cast. I don't understand. Like,
unless they're planning on fitting him for a Skrull mask of some sort, where it will just cover him and look like an alien face.
That could be.
Give him an alien face.
That could be. That's a good explanation. I couldn't figure it out.
So it's more of a practical effect thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then it's just it could be an alien face thing.
But don't the Skrulls, aren't they like shapeshifters?
Yeah.
So why would a shapeshifter look anything like Samuel L. Jackson if it just...
General facial features, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I like it.
It just seems weird to me to jump to that conclusion. Like, I don't know about Skrulls, so I was like, I don't know, maybe there's something...
I don't know why they just wouldn't have someone else just be the Skrull. Why it has to be... why they have to make the Skrull be like Samuel L. Jackson in a Skrull uniform, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if they're shapeshifters, it could be literally fucking anybody.
Yeah, it wouldn't look like him at all. It would just shapeshift into looking like him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem completely necessary.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows? It's all up in the air at this point.
We're not very well informed.
Let's stop looking so far ahead and look at the bigger picture coming up in a month or whatever.
Let's look at the past.
Dude, is that a month?
What?
Dude, we're a little over a month away. We're like a month and a half away
from Infinity War.
Yeah, the big guy.
It's gonna be awful.
The big black cock.
It's gonna be terrible. So there's a couple articles about this Terminator reboot. Firstly, Schwarzenegger has revealed the upcoming movie will begin production this summer. We're starting to shoot Terminator 6 in June to the middle of October. I'm looking forward to coming back as the T-800. It's going to be great with Tim Miller as the director and Jim Cameron is supervising the whole thing. This is going to start a new trilogy of films and also work as a direct sequel to Terminator 2 Judgment Day, widely known as the greatest film of all time, ignoring Terminator 3, Salvation, and Genesis. Also, Linda Hamilton's returning as a seasoned warrior version of Sarah Connor. So it's going to have a lot of the people from Terminator 2 back in it, and they also have officially cast Mackenzie Mackenzie Davis. You know who that is?
No.
Well, Mackenzie Davis is going to be the lead in the movie. So
cool. So how do you feel about that? That's the big question here. You're the diehard Terminator fan here.
Well, the issue is that they kept fucking it up. Like, I like Terminator 3. I don't like the fact that they're just going to ignore that movie.
Well, here's how I feel. I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I can't give you a super in-depth opinion about it. But since the movie's so heavily based on timelines and stuff, can't they just say the timeline was altered, therefore making all the movies have had happen?
Well, the issue with it is that in Terminator 3, the movie specifically ends with them saying there was no way that you could have prevented Judgment Day. It was going to happen. And then Judgment Day happens. So Terminator 3 ends with the world having a nuclear holocaust. And it's like, I mean, I don't know how you would change the timeline if the whole point of the movie was you can't change the timeline. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of how the end of the movie saying, well, there's nothing we really could have done. It was inevitable for Judgment Day to happen. It was just meant to happen. There's nothing you could do to change it. So I don't know. I don't know how they could. I mean, they could come up with something, and that's the thing. They've come up with ideas before. The thing is, they just sucked.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to watch the rest of this franchise. I only saw the first one a month or two ago, if you recall. I like that one a lot.
Yeah, I feel like you're going to like it more than Terminator 2 because you're dumb.
Meh, maybe. Who knows?
Terminator Salvation wasn't really that good. The movie was PG-13. Whenever they were in their whole, like, Alien versus Predator, make everything PG-13 that should be R because we want more money.
Yeah.
And it was like, why is Terminator, the Terminator who kills people, rated PG-13? This is stupid. And then Terminator Genesis was just a mess.
Dude, whenever they planned on doing this with the Alien movies, just recoding after 3, like, I had a very neutral reaction, but then whenever I heard them say they were going to... Oh, no, they didn't say that. That was our idea. Never mind. You
get mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, I don't remember things good.
I don't remember things good. So Luke Cage Season 2 comes out June 22nd. You excited?
No.
Cool. What else we got?
I think I'm done with these Netflix series. I'm
definitely going to watch Jessica Jones. I'm going to watch them.
I wanted to watch Jessica Jones. I got really excited, and then I'm hearing like these really bad things about how like Iron Fist was even better. I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this.
That's scary.
Yeah, I don't. And plus, it's really hard for me to start one of the Marvel shows. I haven't even finished Punisher yet.
Wow, you suck.
I don't know, dude. It's hard for me to keep interest with TV series in general, let alone these Marvel shows.
Yeah. Well,
there's just so many of them, you know? It's hard to keep up with how often they come out.
Speaking of Marvel, did you hear the runtime for Infinity War? This is the longest runtime of any of their movies so far with 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, so with trailers, it's going to be about 3 hours long with trailers.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny that this movie is the longest one ever, and it's just part one. Pretty much a two-parter.
What are we... well, maybe the second one's going to be even longer.
Hopefully it's 6 hours.
What are we going to do for that week? Because we're not going to be able to review it until like a week later.
Why? Are you gone?
No, I just won't be able to see it. I'm not allowed to screen it.
Yeah, you suck.
I am not allowed to screen it, and then I'm going to be working opening weekend, and maybe like sometime. Yeah, it's going to be like about like 5 to 7 days.
I'll just do it myself.
Okay.
And you'll sit there with me, and I'll spoil the entire movie.
This sounds like a great fucking time.
I think you'll enjoy it. We'll figure something out. Kristen Wiig has actually been confirmed by Patty Jenkins as Cheetah.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't really care for it.
Yeah, no one does.
Dude, I saw a lot of positive feedback on that. I'm like, I don't understand why.
I just don't care. I don't know anything about the character. I don't like Wonder Woman, so it did nothing for me.
I don't know. Like, imagine what a cheetah's personality is like. That's what I've always got from the cheetah characters. That is just like a fucking bitch.
You just assume that cheetahs are probably bitches?
They're bitches.
Why?
Well, like assholes. They're just assholes. They're angry and everything. Haven't you ever seen Tarzan? He tried to eat a baby.
Cheetahs are really fast. Maybe they're just
he
cocky.
Tried to eat
and
a
not
baby.
Angry. Yeah, but he didn't know. He didn't know what was going on.
He's just like, that's dinner.
He's like, I'm hungry. You can't blame the non-sentient cheetah. It's not their fault.
Wait, he's sentient though, aren't they?
I mean,
what's sentience considered?
That's when you're like self-aware and you're like, I don't know.
Like have you just have a conscious, right?
Let's look up the definition of the self of. Wait, what are we doing?
You got it here first on Breakroom bullshit. Dave is looking up. Conscious. No.
I'm gonna look up is a cheetah sentient.
Oh fuck! It's fucking hot in here, eh?
Yeah, I guess. Cheetah world. Okay, I'm not gonna get any results for is a cheetah sentient. So let's just move on to this.
Sentience.
Sentient definition.
Be able to perceive or feel things.
Yeah, I don't know that they can.
Things.
Yeah, I know that they can perceive things. They don't have like thought process like that.
They can feel like that counts. That's sentient.
You're taking it too literally.
No, I don't think I am.
You are, because I'm reading right here. To feel, to sense things, not like, ooh, I have feeling. I have like feeling in my arm. That doesn't mean you're sentient.
Well, that's not okay. The point is like, it's like the difference between an inanimate object and a something that's not inanimate. An animate object and inanimate object.
Is the capacity to feel, perceive, or experience subjectively is sentience. How about what? Let's dumb this down for ourselves.
So your TV is not sentient.
No. Show awareness and responsiveness, able to feel and perceive. Maybe we should ask if dogs are sentient. I bet that's a big topic.
Are dogs?
Is my dog sentient?
There you go. People want to know.
Is my dog dying? Senile. On sentinel but has fleas. I don't even know what that has to do with anything. A level comparable to
so it is sentient.
To a human child.
So there's different level of sentience. It's like a cult.
Yeah.
It's like Scientology. You have to pay more to get a higher level of sentienceness. Sentienceness.
So in a world where a cheetah is sentient, he doesn't need a baby. Why'd that even become a thing? I'm confused.
Kristen Wiig just seems so goofy. That's my problem. She just seems like such a goofy character.
She's a goofy cat.
I've heard she's done well in some serious roles, but I don't know if I personally could enjoy her in a fucking cheetah role.
Yeah, she probably hasn't done anything good. Hey, let's talk about Star Wars. There's always Star Wars news. Well, Lucasfilm has announced that Jon Favreau has signed on to exec produce and write a live-action Star Wars TV series for Disney's new direct-to-customer platform. That's it.
I can't say I'm necessarily overly excited about these Star Wars series, but if Jon Favreau is involved, I mean, that's a good sign that it's not going to suck.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I'm not going to judge it until I see it. Or I guess at least if I see a commercial, I'll know if I'm excited for it or not.
It's Jon Favreau obviously being happy from the Iron Man and Avengers movies. Also worked on. He worked on the first 2 Iron Man movies. He directed, correct?
Yes.
And then he also directed the recent Jungle Book movie that had like fucking Christopher Walken as King Louis.
He did exec produce Iron Man 3.
He executive produced Iron Man 3.
But I think that just had his name on it, and that was about it. He clearly didn't write it.
So he was still involved. So I guess my theory about him just being like angry with Disney is wrong. He's just it's just wearing to do these big budget movies. From what I hear.
Yeah.
From what I heard, Joss Whedon had the same issue. It was just very wearing on him.
Really? Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd be quite exhausting. A lot of stress, I would think. That's all we have for news.
A lot of demands from you all the time. You got to meet everyone's expectations.
Yeah. So we have a lot of... We were done with news.
That's it?
We didn't have much at all. Yeah, it was a pretty shitty news week.
All right. Well,
pretty shitty news week.
You want to save, and then we'll come back and do
the real bullshit.
Do some real bullshit if we can conjure up any.
All right, we'll be right back. We're actually going to break, so we're gonna go to break, and we'll be back with some good stuff.
Did I already say we were going to break?
No, you said you want to save.
Fuck you, asshole.
Because we save all the time and just keep going. Remember, we keep going.
Let's move along now.
Move along, sir.
Move along, little doggy.
All right, hey everybody, we're back.
We're back, you bunch of fucking assholes.
Yeah, you cock-sucking motherfuckers.
Whoa, that's not cool.
That went too far. That's all right, though. So welcome back, everyone. We were on break, and then Gable and I, we had intercourse, and we talked about movies, and then
I am exhausted.
Played with his sweater. It was adorable.
All right. So why don't you kick us off on some of this real bullshit?
Some of this real bullshit this week?
Yeah.
Well, since... how dare you? It's actually better if it's lower.
I like it like this.
Okay. It picks you up better if it's lower, though.
I don't care. I want it to be here.
All right, then.
All right, then. Alrighty, then.
All right, then. Okay, so this week I'm gonna go ahead and move that back down.
You fucking douche.
I'm gonna move that back down so it can actually pick us both up. And I'm reviewing, not reviewing, but I'm discussing several things I saw this week. You said you have like one thing, right? So we'll throw you in the middle of me. How's that sound?
Yeah.
You'll be the cream in my Oreo cookie.
Cream of the crop.
The first thing we're going to talk about is Wrinkle in Time, which I saw, which I wasn't too excited for. But I was like, whatever, I'm going to get paid, so I'm going to watch this shit. It was all right, I guess. I guess it was a little below all right, actually. Like, if I was forced to sparkle dog it, I feel like I'd get like 4. Mm-hmm. 4 or 5, probably 4.
I heard it was very kid-oriented.
Well, here's the thing. Like, I thought the performances were great. Like, the girl that was the star of it, I thought she was great in it. Like, I liked all the performances in the movie. But a lot of the writing was just, like, bad. Like it would just annoy me. Like, there's parts in the beginning where this girl's just, like, getting bullied and shit. So she hits a girl, and then everyone's condemning her. I'm like, you just want her to get picked on and bullied? This is stupid. They're like, violence isn't the answer. Like, they're talking about her dad deserting her and being dead and making fun of her, and you guys just like, why would you hit her? I'm like, because she's being a cunt. Of course you should hit the girl. Like, that was annoying. There was a lot of writing things that were just not well explained. Like, so the whole premise of it is this: her dad's a scientist who goes missing. And it's all based in science, so it's not just like magic stuff, right?
Her dad, Chris Pine?
Yeah. Okay. Her dad's Christopher Pine. Christopher Pine is her dad. So he goes missing, and then Oprah and Reese Witherspoon and another just shows up, and they're just like, hey, let's just go and find him, you know?
Oh, my girl Reese is in there? I love Reese.
And they're like, well, how do you do that? Well, basically in the movie, you just travel with your mind. You have to find the right frequency with your mind, and you can just travel light years through space. And I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That's just stupid. Like, I don't understand how, like, it's not explained at all. There's this dark force thing that's, like, trying to take over the universe.
This was science? Or it was magic?
No, it was supposed to be, like, science. Like,
okay, so you just thinking hard doesn't make science. That sounds more magic.
Well, like, because the dad is using all these computers to find the right frequency, and this does it, and they explain that you just have to use your brain and find... I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. So then there's this dark stuff, like, consuming the universe, and then they're going to try and stop it, and this dark stuff is fugazi, to say the least. It's causing us to be bad people and, like, hate each other. And then, like, it has a home planet, and then they go to the home planet, and they're on this like evil darkness's home planet, and it just looks like normal.
Is it like where the dark elves are from?
Yeah, kinda. But then like it can like make you think things and trick you and stuff, and I'm like, why doesn't it just kill you? Like, why is it like? None of it made any sense. It was just like not very well written. But I did enjoy like the character stuff, because when it got to the end of the movie and like she got reunited with her dad that was missing for years and the whole family's back together, I enjoyed that. I was like, oh, this is a good ending. So I liked that aspect of it. So I liked the character stuff, but the rest of it was just not that good.
Okay, yeah, it sounds like one of those movies that like you'll go and see as a kid, and then whenever you're an adult, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that, and that was a good movie. But that's about. Yeah, I don't see it getting much more than that. From what you're saying.
Yeah.
Although the trailers made it seem like much more of a fucking important movie than it was going to be.
Dude, Disney made it seem important. Like, Wrinkle in Time had code names and shit on the posters. Like, anyone gave a fuck.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be this big deal. And, like, I think Black Panther beat it again. It made like $34 million.
I remember hearing that on Friday it was beating Black Panther.
Yeah. Was it?
I don't know how it ended that weekend, though.
Well, my prediction when I was talking to Ben was that because they were both supposed to make $35 million. I was like, well, I think Black Panther's going to win because Wrinkle in Time's going to come out Friday. The bad word of mouth is going to spread on Friday and Saturday, and by Sunday, it's going to drop, so it won't really do as well.
Playing some Pokemon Go here. I'm just kidding. I'm looking up the box office.
I'll kill you. I'm going to say Black Panther did 35.9, and Wrinkle in Time did like 34, I think.
Yeah, Black Panther's like killing it.
Yeah, I think that's what I think it is. I think that it did like $1 million or $2 million more.
Let's see. How do I?
In the rest of the world's defense, Black Panther has no competition, which is good because this is going to lead to Infinity War having a great opening, because there hasn't been anything good out for a while by the time it comes out.
Dude, Disney's biggest competition this year is Disney.
Yeah, it's rough. They have a hard life.
Let's see. Yeah, Black Panther ended up winning again.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Black Panther at 40, Wrinkle in Time at 33.
Yeah, okay. So it was like 7 million more. Yeah, I think the issue is people just saw Wrinkle in Time and didn't think it was that good, so it just dropped. Steadily dropped.
Does this say like the budgets? I wanted to see what the budget on Strangers was.
It does. It should. It might say NA.
Okay, it's not out.
It doesn't have it on there. So yeah. So what's yours?
I finally finished season 2 in preparation to start watching season 3 of Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Oh.
Dude, I fucking loved especially the last few episodes. I love the whole season. The whole series is fucking phenomenal.
It's great.
It's so good.
Yeah.
The last few episodes though, where they went back to the cabin again, I
really
enjoyed. Dude, I'm not even kidding. One of my favorite practical effects I've seen of like the last of the more modern movies probably happened in the one episode where the chick who was chained up in the basement, her neck stretches out.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect combination of practical and like CGI effect. Yeah. It looks so good.
Dude, this show is amazing. Mm-hmm. It's such a great fucking show.
Dude, the Pablo, spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched this yet, but there's like this one demon that they've been chasing throughout the series, and you think that they're gonna go off and like, because there's still like an episode left, you think they're gonna go off in the town and start like doing some like random bullshit, and you think Pablo's back. Pablo wasn't back. It was the fucking demon fucking with them again. Yeah. Like, as much as they do that shit, like, I'm still surprised sometimes when it happens.
Yeah. That's a great... dude, if you love, like, the Evil Dead movies, especially Army of Darkness, it's, like, tailor-made for you.
Yeah.
Like, it's, like, the humor in it is fucking crazy. Like, Bruce Campbell's so good in it.
Dude, if it wasn't, like, 4 a.m. whenever I finished watching that last night, I was probably going to pop in, like, Army of Darkness or Evil Dead 2 or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love it. So, yeah, when did season 3 even come out?
I think the first episode may have come out already. Let me check.
Did it? You look into this, because I don't understand what's happening.
Are you going to pick up on Stars?
I don't know.
Let me see.
I did a free trial before. I don't know that I can do it again.
3. How are you going to watch it?
I don't know. I might just buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out.
I might be able to allegedly get you
allegedly
get you some viewing here. Episode 1 was on February 25th. We're about 4 episodes in.
Okay.
Three episodes in.
Well, hopefully it got picked. Hopefully it gets picked up for season 4. When I was listening to that commentary, they mentioned something about trying to have like 5 seasons. So I don't know.
Yeah, I hope it. I don't think they'll end up being one of those. I'm surprised it's gotten this many seasons. I don't hear anyone talk about this show ever.
Yeah.
So I'm really surprised it's going on as long as it did.
Yeah, I think it has like its like niche audience. It's not really like
it's fixed audience from horror fans.
Yeah. All right. Anything else about that?
No, not about that. I can't remember. What's her name was in the original movies, wasn't she? Ruby. Was she in like the second movie or something?
Lucy Lawless?
Yeah.
No, she wasn't in them.
For some reason, I thought she was in the second movie.
No.
It's been so long since I've seen it.
She's friends with that whole group, Raimi and Campbell, because of Xena, Warrior Princess. I think Raimi like produced it or something, and Campbell was on it. So she's like friends with them, but.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I knew she wasn't in the first one or Army of Darkness, but I didn't own the second one for the longest time, so I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, good series though. If you guys,
everyone should check it out.
Yeah, especially if you already watched those movies.
Dude, I'm so like before I even watched the series, I'm so happy that like I met like the chick in it. I met Pablo. I met everybody in the show because I knew I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
So that made me I didn't get to meet Lucy Lawless yet. I met the cop, the black cop. I met her
before she died.
Well, in real life, she's not dead.
Oh yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, but I mean, out of meeting all of them, who was the coolest to meet?
Dana Lorenzo, the chick. She was super nice.
She seems really cool. I hope she takes a more prominent role. Like if Bruce Campbell ever leaves the show, I hope she takes lead.
Well, Bruce Campbell is obviously up there and really cool, but she was just surprisingly cool. She was super nice. Like she was joking around like a lot, stuff like that. So she was really cool.
It's always cool to see Bruce Campbell make cameos and shit. I remember Ashley was watching through Psych. You know, show Psych on like USA or something. And then we're just watching one episode and there's fucking Bruce Campbell. Like, he just pops up everywhere.
He knows so many people. All right, well, I got 2 more movies to talk about. The first one I'm going to talk about because I don't have much to say about it is Hurricane Heist. This movie was just kind of silly. Like, the whole premise of it is there's a hurricane. So these people are like, we're just gonna rob the U.S. Department of Treasury because it won't be that hard. And it isn't, and I'm like, that's not how it works. I'm sure they have things in place where like just because there's a hurricane, they still can't rob the U.S. Department of Treasury.
Yeah,
there was like 14 guards there, and they just knocked them all out, and they just robbed them. I'm like, this is silly.
Dude, I remember when the trailer came out for this. Ashley sent me a trailer, and she's like, "Look how hysterically bad this movie looks." I'm like, "Yeah, it doesn't look good."
Yeah, it wasn't that good. I mean, like the whole premise is that the one agent who's supposed to be there leaves to go get some dude that's outsourced to fix their generator, and while she's gone, that's when this all happens, and they need her to get into the safe. So then she meets up with this meteorologist that's like this hurricane guy, and then it's just her and the meteorologist are stopping all these armed people from robbing. It's like so silly, dude. And dude, so beginning of the movie, it starts off with the meteorologist and his brother, who's the mechanic, the guy that fixes the generator. They're kids, right? And then like there's this hurricane coming at them, and their dad gets killed in the hurricane. And as the one kid looks out at the hurricane, there's this like giant face in it, like the skeleton skull face in the hurricane that yells and scares him. I'm like, all right, I guess like he's a kid, and like I guess I'm supposed to think that this is like his imagination because he's a kid or whatever. I'm like, whatever. And at the very end of the movie, when the hurricane is like about to get them, he looks in the rearview mirror when he's grown up, and like he sees the same face. And I'm like, is this supposed to be like really there? Like, is this a callback to him just imagining it again? I was like, this is dumb. Whatever it is, it's dumb.
So they didn't really explain it either.
No, I'm assuming you're just supposed to guess that like it wasn't real and it was in his head because he's scared of the hurricane. But I'm like, this shit's stupid.
Maybe at the end the hurricane learned his lesson and he learned how to be nice to.
He learned how to.
Was this opening weekend?
Last weekend, yeah.
Yeah, like it came out with Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it's highlighted.
So it debuted at what, number 9?
Dude, it debuted at number 9. It did so bad.
Does it have a budget on it? That one might, because no one cares about that movie.
Budget $35 million.
Yeah, what did it make? Like 7?
It made 3. It made $3 million. It did so bad.
Oh boy,
that's so funny. That's what you get. That's what you. Who fucking? What studio is this? Entertainment Studio? What have they made?
Oh, they're well known.
Are they?
Yeah, they made Justice League.
I hate you. Let's see all time. Let me see what they've made. They made like 5 movies. Their most successful movie was 47 Meters Down, followed by Hostiles, followed by Hurricane Heist, Friend Request, and Served Like a Girl. Didn't Friend Request make a lot of money because it was made in for $1?
Maybe.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of then.
Hey, Gable, look at you.
Well, you're the one who put it all the way over here by you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all my fault.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, they must have lost a lot of money here. I don't understand how this company is making money.
Yeah, I don't know.
What movie was that? There was definitely... It was Unfriended or something. Do you remember hearing about that movie?
No.
Where they filmed the entire movie in a day and only spent $2,000 making it, but they made $5 million in the box office, so they made well past what they spent.
That's what they did with Paranormal Activity in those movies.
Yeah.
They just don't. In Saw, the first Saw cost a couple $1 million and it made $100 million.
That's all. I mean, that's such a fucking clever ass idea.
Yeah. All right, the last thing I'm going to talk about is Strangers Pray at Night. I have a lot to say about this movie.
You saved the best for last.
So I absolutely love the first Strangers movie. I think I might have talked about this before. The reason it kind of was extra I don't know about scary, but got to me was because when I was growing up, we lived in a shitty, poor neighborhood, and I was always scared that someone would just break into our apartment and rob us and kill us or something. Mm-hmm. In the whole movie, these guys were just fucking with them and knocking on their door, and I remember when I was little, if I heard someone knock on my door at 11 o'clock at night, I'm like, fuck, is it someone that's going to kill us? So it kind of got to me in that way. But then I even read an article after it came out about how the reason that it was so well received and people loved it is because it had such a unique ending. Where normally in your typical horror movie, there's a couple of heroes, there's your survivor girl, maybe a guy. They end up killing the bad guy, they end up surviving, and then maybe there's a tease where the bad guy's not dead, something like that. Yeah. Well, at the end of the first movie, the bad guys are in the house with them, they're laying there, and they just both die, and the 3 bad guys live. And you're like, that's fucking cool. It's not a happy ending, it's something different. There was some tease, I think, where Liv Tyler's eye opened and she screamed. I'm like, whatever. So it was an ending where evil won. So I'm like, all right, it's time for The Strangers 2. So the movie starts off kind of slow. I don't really care about the characters that much. They're kind of annoying. But I get kind of past that and I'm getting into it. And then I think it starts getting really good. There's a couple parts that I jump. I don't jump a lot in movies. There's one part that was really fucking cool where they're chasing her in this truck and she crawls into this tube, this giant tube at a construction site type thing. She crawls into it and she's going in there and it looks like it just has the one opening and she's stuck in it. It had another opening going out you didn't see. So the truck goes up there and it's just looking for her and drives away, and then the one of the bad guys is behind her and it's we're just getting started out of nowhere, and it's that was so cool. You didn't know she was right behind her. There's a lot of cool moments. And then with about a half hour left, it all starts going downhill.
Oh no.
When he's at this pool, he's at a pool, and it was a really cool shot the way they did it. It's a really far shot, and you see the one girl, one of the strangers, start running up behind him. From kind of far away, and you see it happen. It was a really cool shot the way they did it. He turns around fucking whacks her in the head with a golf club. I was like, oh. And then he just proceeds to stab her to death, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
The stranger is dead.
The stranger is dead. And in my mind, I'm like, it would be really cool if that was his sister, and somehow they tricked him into killing his sister. I was like, that'd be so fucking cool. Yeah, no. It was just...
The good guy won.
It was just one of the strangers they killed. And by the end of the movie... There's a mom, a dad, a son, and a daughter, and they're both teenagers. The mom and the dad are dead. The son and the daughter live, and they kill all 3 of the fucking strangers, and it ends. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did you not watch the first fucking movie? What the... You just made it into every other horror movie.
Yeah, this definitely had a... These were... I remember asking you, these are the same strangers from the first movie,
it's
right?
It's the same characters,
Dude,
yeah.
They could have kept going on and on with this and made an entire franchise out of it.
Which is what I assume everyone who liked the first one thought they were going to do. It's what I thought they'd do. I was like, oh, cool, they're going to kill them and they're going to survive at the end and it's going to keep going. No, I was like, what the fuck? It was so dumb. They even did the same stereotypical thing where you think because there's the two girls and the guy strangers. The two girls are dead. The guy, she like kills him a couple times and he comes back and I'm like, this is just such a stereotypical horror movie. It's not unique anymore. It's not cool.
Yeah, I remember.
It made me so mad.
I remember asking about this and I can't remember the end. It's been a while since I've seen Halloween 2. He dies at the end of that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then in like 4, well, we won't talk about 3. But in 4, he comes back to life and it becomes more of a paranormal thing that, you know what I mean?
No, they didn't really do it like that. And it doesn't make a lot of sense, but in Halloween 4, they kind of just play it like instead of him dying and burning to death, he just got burnt up in the fire and survived.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because he's like in an ambulance and shit, and they're putting him back in a mental institution, and he escapes.
And he's just a fucking tank, and that's why he's
which doesn't make sense because they shot him in both of his eyes, but he can still see, but whatever. so it doesn't make a lot of sense, but Friday the 13th is more so where he, in part 4, he dies, and then in part 6, he's a zombie from that point on.
Okay. All right, so yeah, the reason I brought this up is in the third movie, I was kind of implying that maybe they could bring them back, but more of a fucking like ghouly fucking like not haunt. I don't know. Haunt sounds too fucking cheesy, but you know what I mean. Like where they come back to life and just fuck with people.
Yeah, I mean they could, but there's really no indication whatsoever these are anything out of just realistic, you know. Mm-hmm. Like in the first Halloween, she shoots him like 5 times and he gets up and walks away. It's like, all right, that's not very realistic. And then in the second one, she shoots him in his eyes and blows him up and he comes back. Like in this one, she shoots the one girl with a shotgun and she's dead. You know what I mean? Like, so it just really made me fucking mad. Right. And Tito, I haven't spoiled it for Tito yet because he loved the first one. I was like, I fucking hate it. He's like, well, why? And he was trying to guess what happened. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell you because you don't want to know. But it made me so fucking mad.
I'm willing to bet the next movie is a prequel.
I don't know if they're going to make another one.
I mean, if they're going to and they want the same strangers, all they have to do is just make a prequel.
And it was different actors, too, which, whatever, it's 9 years later, so I understand why you cast different actors, but they looked identical. Like, just like the hair, I mean, you didn't really see their faces that much, but they looked like they would be the same people.
They went by a motto that I like to go by called good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unfortunate. It made me very sad, so fuck that movie. That movie gets a fucking fuck you. That's all I got this week for this week's real bullshit.
The only other thing that I'm really doing worth talking about or getting into worth talking about is I've started picking up Marvel's doing an event called Infinity Countdown, and that's being written by Jerry Duggan, the same guy who writes the Deadpool comics. I don't really understand what's happening. I know it involves the Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
I've read 2 issues that are both like probably about 30 to 40 pages each, and I still don't get what they're trying to imply is going to happen. So that's kind of a slow burn, especially whenever I'm wasting $5 a month on a fucking issue for it, but whatever.
That's too bad.
I mean, it's what's going on in Marvel, so if there's anything I'm gonna fucking aimlessly shoot money at, it's the event series that's going on in either Marvel or DC. Batman's still going pretty well. Deadpool's still below par.
You're below par. What's your excuse now? You already moved it.
What?
Are you going to blame me for this one, too?
Yeah, it's your fault still. Justice League, So
you're still reading a lot of comics?
I'm still reading a lot of comics. There's probably like 2 to 3 I pick up each week.
What's your favorite one right now that you're reading?
I'm going to say it's either Batman by Tom King or Metal's about to wrap up. Issue 6 of Metal comes out not next week, the week after. That's the last issue of that. That's another one I like a lot. The one Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo are doing. And then Doomsday Clock. Those 3 are probably my 3 favorites that I probably would absolutely not drop off of.
Yeah, that's cool.
I am happy. Well, I'm not happy, but I am happy that Scott Snyder is going to be the one writing Justice League going forward, so I'll be looking for that.
I hear DC has some good comics and Marvel suck. That's the rumor going around.
It's about right.
It's a rumor and innuendo.
That's about right. Marvel always working off their movie synergy. That's why the current event is called Infinity Countdown.
Yeah.
They had Civil War 2 whenever Civil War came out because they couldn't think of a fucking creative enough event where they were just like, oh, Civil War's coming out. Let's just call this event Civil War 2.
They're
fucking
creative.
dumb.
They have WB Creative doing their writing.
Dude, they really do. It's fucking awful. That's all I got for you, though.
All right, well, that's all for this week's Real Bullshit. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back with a back-to-back review for the Guardians of the Galaxy's movies. All right, we'll be back. Is this working? Okay, I think it's working now. All right.
You know, it might be interesting stuff to bring up for some of this.
What?
Is how well some of these movies performed against one another.
Yeah, I guess we could do that. Cover the box office every week. I don't know. I feel like everyone does that, though, you know?
Well, I meant the Marvel movies did against one another.
Oh.
Hold on. There's a way to get to this.
You looking up for the Marvel Universe?
Yeah, there's like a button.
Well, it's in the, can you go down? There's normally, it's in there. Like MCU. Series, Marvel Cinematic Universe. Click on that.
Do. Look at that.
Do.
That's such a good fucking theme.
Yeah, it really is. We've been recording for a while now.
Dude, I had no idea.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
Well, I didn't want to stop it and start again because I got scared if it was working or not. So I was like, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it recording.
Fair enough.
Hey, we're back.
We're back.
Hey, we're back, everybody.
Dude, look. Do you think Black Panther is going to beat the Avengers?
There's a chance. People love black people now.
Yeah.
So it has a shot.
Yeah, that's... Holy shit, dude. It's coming out fast.
How's it doing worldwide?
Worldwide, Avengers made $1.5 billion. And then Black Panther made...
Probably like $1 billion.
$1.1 billion.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to beat worldwide.
You don't? Yeah, okay.
No.
It's interesting shit. Is it released everywhere, or are we waiting anywhere?
I don't know. I think it's released in most places. I know it released in China recently. It made a lot of money in China.
There's like a thing to check this out. Foreign. That's what I wanted.
Oh, yeah, foreign.
Yeah, it looks like it's out pretty much everywhere except Russia.
Russia's not going to put it out because they hate black people in Russia. That's a known fact.
Russia, you're racist.
Russia's a bunch of racists.
All right. So what are we talking about this week, Dave?
We're going to review both Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
I fucking love it. Let's do it.
It's only fitting that we start with the first one.
It's a great idea. Let's do it right now.
I hate you.
See, I'm acting like we didn't plan this. You just came up with the idea.
You think we should start with the first one or the second one?
We should start with both of them.
Okay.
Wait, the first one. Wait.
Right. Dude.
No, the first one.
Look at the synopsises for these two. Compare how big they are. Look at that. Is this one? Is that?
Why so short? Dude, I almost didn't have my notes because I got a new phone, so my notes for the first one was on the other phone. I had to actually send it to me before we started recording.
Well, that's scary.
Yeah, it was a scary moment. Luckily, she was able to do that.
She came through.
All
right, Guardians of the Galaxy. Peter Quill finds himself the object of an unrelenting bounty hunt after stealing a mysterious orb coveted by Ronan, a powerful villain with ambitions that threaten the entire universe. To evade Ronan, Quill is forced into an uneasy truce with a quartet of disparate misfits. Rocket?
Disparate,
something.
Desperate?
No, it's not desperate.
Oh, okay.
Misfits. Rocket, a gun-toting raccoon. Groot, a tree-like humanoid. The deadly and enigmatic Gamora, and the revenge-driven Drax the Destroyer. When Quill discovers the true power of the orb and the menace it poses to the cosmos, he must do his best to rally his ragtag rivals for a last desperate stand with the galaxy's fate in the balance. I edited out a lot of the synopsis, too.
And you spelled it wrong.
It was even longer.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Spell what wrong?
I don't know.
Disparate?
All right, so where do we begin? What do we start with here?
I think it's only fitting we start with the opening.
The opening sequence. Yeah, dude, there's a lot of fucking emotion that goes into that opening sequence there.
Yeah, I put the opening is so well done. It's so sad. Like within minutes, it's already tugging at the old heartstrings.
It is.
It's done so well.
And
plus, it had a great tease about his dad when she mentions his dad's made out of pure light and whatnot. It mentions his dad. And then the ship abducts him, which is really cool. Dude, I didn't even think about this. Saying that he's made out of pure light, and in the second one he's talking about using the light and whatnot.
Yeah.
I didn't even make that connection with just now.
Dude, there's... When I'm watching this movie, there's an incredible amount of connections between the first one and the second one.
There definitely are. This is my favorite opening of all the Marvel movies.
I agree with you.
Tease. It is. I love it.
Is this the only one that has a scene before the
Marvel logo?
The Marvel logo?
I think it might be. Did the second one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it did. I think we saw the car driving.
That was before the new logo?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I'm probably going to watch this movie again in the near future. Both of them. Dude, this fucking franchise, like, if it wasn't a part of the MCU, it'd still be so fucking amazing.
Yeah, it's so well done. I have to stop myself from putting this part is hilarious over and over again, like every other note, because like the jokes are so great in this movie. They always hit, and like it's just constantly funny. I just want to be like, dude, that part was so funny. That part was so funny. But I'm like, my notes would just say that over and over again.
Yeah. Let's see. During the movie, I found it extremely hard to take notes because 5-10 minutes would go by. I'm like, fuck, I didn't write anything down, and I get so into the movie that I just wouldn't remember to take notes.
Well, it's harder to review a movie that you love because you're literally just sitting there sucking its dick on taking. You're just like, it was really cool that they did that,
and you feel like such an asshole for writing all these good things about it.
And it's not very insightful when I can say it was, dude, I really loved how that happened. That was awesome. Like it's. I don't know. My next note is I want a fucking alien. That's in there. There's that.
You always have that issue when watching Star Trek, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Pretty much what Captain Kirk's view is: if it's an alien, he's good to fuck it, right?
If it has a vagina, he's in. That was funny.
A really underrated side character in this movie is John C. Reilly. He's fucking hysterical.
He is. He has one of my favorite lines in the whole movie.
Which one?
Where she goes, "Do you believe me?" He's like, "I don't know that anyone's 100% a dick, ma'am."
yeah, he's so
funny.
He said something whenever they were arresting Peter too. I didn't write down the quote, but I remember, dude. He just throughout this whole movie, he has a bunch of really good one-liners.
He said he has a code name. He's like, "Oh, it's cool, man, to have a code name. It's not weird.
It's not weird or anything." Yeah. He's so funny.
Something about this movie that I fucking love, and I think it's so cool and clever how they do it, is the music. I don't know if you notice this, but every song they play in this movie comes from something. It's in the headphones, and they start playing it out loud. It's playing on the ship, and then it starts playing out loud. They don't just play songs. Every song is rooted from somewhere inside the movie.
Do they do that in a second movie?
They do it some, but not as much. There's times in the second movie where a song will just play.
I noticed in the second movie, they really went out of their way for fucking Rocket to be like, "Hey, do you have any of Quill's old music laying around the ship?" I'm like, well, they're trying really hard here.
It's such a small thing, but it's so clever. To just it makes the music even better that it means something in the movie because it's actually in the movie. I really loved how they did that. Other than the music, I think the greatest strength of this movie is the characters. They do an amazing job giving you background and a reason to care about them and just make them very likable.
Dude, I'm telling you, if Infinity War or Guardians 3, either Gamora, Star-Lord, Rocket, or Groot, if any of them die, I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry. Dude, I had a hard time not crying when Groot died in this one.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you see the article about Groot's sentientness?
No.
James Gunn recently made a comment that Baby Groot is not... He is not Groot reborn.
He's a different Groot?
It's a completely different Groot. It's like his son.
Interesting. I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So Groot's definitely dead.
Huh. That's interesting. I think they should have made that more clear.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because I assumed it was just Groot again.
Yeah, I just by the way they were talking to him, but I mean, unless this is misdirection of some sort for what's to come in later James Gunn movies here.
Yeah. So do you think that Groot, because teenage Groot is in Avengers?
Yeah.
Do you think that he'll be grown up again in Guardians 3? I feel like it would make sense with how they're doing it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember a while back James Gunn made a comment that Groot's not even at, like, we haven't even seen him at, like, his full size yet.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that.
I remember, I've read the Abnett and Lanning run of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics, and dude, he's not, like, just, like, a tall guy. He's fucking massive.
Really?
Like, he's really fucking big.
He's like a Lord of the Rings walking tree.
He's like can't fit in the room type character.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So and also on one of the Marvel fighting apps, they have a version of Root called King Root, and he's like fucking massive as well and looks real badass.
He's a king.
I don't know if he's a king, but
is he as cool as King Maxwell, Matt Hardy's son?
Probably not. He's so cool. I've never even seen it. I'm sorry.
I did think it was really cool to get to see Thanos for the first time since that one shot in Avengers.
Yeah, he even talks and everything.
He comes off like a badass in the small amount he's in the movie. And even has a cool name, the Mad Titan. Yeah. He just sounds cool as fuck.
Thanos, the Mad Titan.
Yeah.
I just saw some theories recently, like just today, involving Guardians. 2 different theories that I'd like to bring up. Both involving in the first movie. So you know the part where they're in the collector's room and there's like that flashback to when the orb destroyed that one planet, and you get to see it like explode and shit, and the big guys in the sphere. Apparently that may be Titan, based off some what's that called, monument matching.
Yeah, I think I saw did you post that?
I didn't post that.
I saw a post of like circling like the monument and then showing it from the first movie.
Yeah. So,
I didn't understand what they were trying to say in the post though.
I watched it like 4 times before I got it. Like the monument that's in the background during the explosion is the same monument that's behind Thanos in the Infinity War trailer.
So it's supposed to be his home world?
It's supposed to be Titan, which everyone died on.
Yeah.
I think he's supposed to be like one of the last remaining people from Titan.
Okay. And the other one?
Let's see, what was the other one? The other one was... Why am I getting texted so late? Well, fuck, now I can't remember. Nope, it's gone.
Do you think the hidden Easter egg that no one found is in the collector scene? I feel like it probably is. There's so much shit in there.
Didn't we figure out there wasn't a hidden Easter egg? And that I just didn't read it all the way?
Oh, Gable, you are so confused. No, there is a hidden Easter egg, but the confusion that you had was that someone's going to get $100,000 for finding it.
Oh.
But he said, no, I bet $100,000 that it was there. I didn't say that you get $100,000 for finding it. So there is still an Easter egg that no one's found.
Okay.
But if there's so much shit in that scene, I feel like it's probably there somewhere. It's hidden amongst all of the collector's items. I really like the exposition scene about the Infinity Stones in the collector scene.
Yeah, it's a really good scene.
Yeah, I liked it a lot, like getting explained and everything.
We're getting a little ahead here.
Well, hey, you were on the collector scene. That's why I went there.
That was the theory. I really want to remember the other one.
Oh.
It's bothering me. Oh well.
All right.
So they're in the jail. Let's talk about them in the jail. There's Rocket Scars.
Yeah.
It's really interesting that at the beginning of the movie, do you notice that his mom asked him about how he got his black eye? It's because they're like picking on like a dog or a frog or something.
Frog. Yeah, he squished a frog and did nothing to nobody.
He doesn't like seeing animals abused, so it made him. He had this really like off-put facial reaction when he saw Rocket's scars from the.
Experimenting on him or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I thought that was a nice little character follow-up there.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Come closer.
The shower scene with fucking Drax is hysterical. Whenever they have to explain when they have to explain to him like the throat slitting thing.
Yeah.
So funny,
dude. That was my favorite knife.
It's probably it's probably my second favorite shower scene ever.
Oh boy!
I'm not gonna tell you about the first one while
we're gonna keep that hidden for a while. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a big reveal. This is gonna become a thing. This is gonna become a thing.
Okay.
What's Gable's favorite shower scene of all time? People are gonna be speculating for years, and then we're finally gonna reveal that it's all a lie. Oh, we fucked up. We have to edit this.
Let's see. The breakout. You can. Have I passed any of your notes?
My next note is nowhere.
Okay. I'm going to keep going then. The breakout.
I'll allow it.
The only thing I found really weird in this movie is that the guards in this prison that are like in space have like, as soon as the zero gravity kicks in, they act like they've like no idea what's going on. They're like so fucking confused.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing I found weird in this movie.
So what do we do?
Why are these space guards so confused by space?
Space is very frightening. Space is very scary.
Let's see, the breakout. See, I don't know if I should I bring any ties between the first and second movie up now or later?
I have those in the second movie one.
Okay. I'll hold on to this one then. How do I get to the next page here? This one I'll include. The device in the second movie that blows up Ego. I don't know if you caught the line whenever they get onto the Milano, but Rocket has a bunch of like shit laying on the ground, and Quill asks what's that thing for, or something like
bomb.
that. He's like, it's a bomb for blowing up moons when I feel like blowing up moons sometimes, or it's something along those lines. So that's I would assume that's the device they used to blow up Ego in the second movie.
Now I want to look at them. And see if they look the same thing. Because it could have just been the exact same one. He just used that battery to power it.
Yeah. Well, I listened for the dialogue in the second movie, and there was nothing that like disproved it. Like he's just like, I have a bomb.
Well, I thought in the second one you saw him putting it together though and making it.
He just needed the batteries from the fucking.
Oh yeah. The Sovereign.
The Sovereign, yes.
Yeah.
Where is it? Nowhere.
Yeah, I'm at the end of nowhere.
I had a interesting thought in the middle of this movie. What if we never actually see Peter's mom die? What if in the third movie it somehow involves her?
I think that would be dumb.
You do? Okay.
I think like his mother's death is a very big deal. Like in regards to his character, in regards to the second movie, I think it would be dumb if her never mind, she's alive still.
Yeah.
I would not be a fan of that, I don't think. I just think it would take away from... I think if you watch it, you go back and watch the first two, you're like, she's not even dead, and it takes away from them.
So it would take away from the first two movies?
Yeah, I think it would.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like the impact
I see that.
and everything. It's an interesting theory, though.
I mean, we never saw her die. He never returned to Earth to even like check to see if she's actually dead, or like. Well, I guess he wouldn't go to check. He just assumed, but, yeah. Just something I thought of while I was watching it. That's a fucking typo. I have Pitora. No, I know what that is. I really love Peter and Gamora's relationship.
Yeah, I enjoy it too.
I like the tease at it that they have going on through both the fucking movies. If there's no payoff to this relationship, I will be disappointed.
There's gotta be.
There probably will be, but if for some reason we get snubbed, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, there's gotta be. They couldn't do that.
They can't Scarlet Witch not Scarlet Witch. Fucking Black Widow Hulk us.
Which I don't know. You said there's a chance. I just don't think you're going to.
I think they will. But I also am afraid they won't. I'm more afraid they won't with that than they will with the Peter Gamora stuff.
I think there's going to be just like literally Hulk's going to show up. There's going to be like one scene where they just discuss something and that's the end of it. You know, like, where'd you go? Why would you leave? I was thinking about you and that's just it.
Just thinking about your butt, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. I don't know.
You stopped wearing the tight suits, so I stopped showing up.
Yeah.
Let's see. really small detail I noticed is whenever, let's see, Drax was punching Groot in the face or something. Yeah, dirt came off Groot when Drax punched him in the face. Yeah, Drax got like pissed at one when they were on Nowhere and was punching Groot in the face. Just like the dirt flying off of Groot's face was just a really small detail that was like a lot of effort into the CGI.
One of the things I have in here was later, but I mean now's a good time as any. Like the CGI throughout the entire movie looks fucking amazing. And so real. Like it just looks real. Like. Which is extra impressive because there's so fucking much of it. There's so much CGI in the movie.
The entire movie is pretty much CGI with the exception of some of the aliens and stuff.
Everything just looks so real. None of it looks fake. It doesn't look like a mustache removal. It looks amazing.
Like the set design and character, but like the universe building for this movie is fucking phenomenal. Like you feel like like there's no doubt that this is like an actual how everything works.
Yeah.
You're invested in that way of space life.
Oh, I agree.
This movie is a really great example of being submersed in the universe that they've made for you.
Yeah, it just pulls you in.
I really want to. Are we in the collector's thing yet? I think we did that already. Maybe.
Yeah.
The Cosmo, the dog.
Yeah.
I really want to see him talking and like being an active character in the third movie.
But do you think in this he talks? Because it doesn't seem. He just seems like a normal dog in these movies.
Yeah.
Something always happened to him. He can get zapped by a smart ray.
He has telepathy. That he doesn't actually talk. He has telepathy.
Okay.
So maybe we just haven't seen him become active yet.
I don't know that Cosmo's coming back.
I don't know
that Cosmo's returning.
Don't tell me it's because it blew up because he was licking his face at the end of the movie.
He wasn't in the second one at all. He just seemed like an Easter egg, just like hey, look, it's Cosmo.
I don't know what Cosmo. You know what's really weird is he's like a main feature on the ride in Disney's the Disney ride in California, which I think James Gunn even had a hand in making.
Maybe he will.
No.
I mean, Howard the Duck has been teased twice. Are we gonna get a Howard the Duck role now?
Dude, we could get a Howard the Duck movie. We could.
I mean, another one.
I mean, Disney has the money and it probably won't suck either.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dude, there's just a bunch of things that I have that are just comparisons between the two movies. Let's see. The earned moment on Yondu's ship whenever they all stand up and they decide to go after Ronan. You know what I'm talking about when they're discussing a plan? They're
hold back. I didn't get to mine about Nowhere.
Okay.
The end of the Nowhere. I was waiting for you.
Jump in here then, buddy.
The first time I watched this movie, I was really annoyed that Quill survived in space without his mask. And when he rescued Gamora, and I was like...
It makes sense in the second movie.
Well, it makes sense at the end of this movie, because the end of this movie...
Oh, yeah,
they say, like, oh, you're part human, but your dad's something else. And I was like, oh, so it makes sense.
I remember having that thought whenever I was watching it. I was like, well, I hope they explain this, because in the second... You didn't even figure this out till the second movie, and I was like, oh, yeah, they do say it at the end of this one.
The first time I saw it, I was like, this is silly, and then it was explained. I was like, cool. I mean, although it doesn't explain why he has Logan's power to heal his bursted blood vessels in 10 seconds. When he's in space, his eyes, all his blood vessels just break and they're red. And then he's in the ship and he's like, oh, wait, what? I'm like, whatever.
Science and technology and stuff.
I was like, he has some Logan power, but that's fine. But
these are all like anything we have bad to say about this movie is like a stretch. Like we were probably I don't know if you were on the same boat as me here, but like I was looking for bad things to say just because of how many good things I had to say. And
I mean that I've always noticed and it stood out to me. It's just not a super big. It's because the movie's so great. It's not a big deal. It's just like a silly thing that doesn't make sense. But
here's an interesting thing that comes up in the second movie. Drax, whenever they're Cherry Bomb's playing, and he gets given his outfit to wear, his Ravager outfit or whatever it is. He has a jacket too, and he throws it out. It's because his nipples are sensitive.
I never caught that. That's pretty funny.
I saw that online. I thought that was really fucking cool.
That's funny.
And then, let's see. Where are you at now?
I'm in the scene with them on the ship having their discussion, the round table type scene.
Yeah, I'm just about done here. So
like the scene with them discussing Quill's like 12% of a plan part is my favorite scene in the movie by far. I love that fucking scene. Like, it's so fucking funny. Like, all the jokes they make. Whenever Drax is just like, he says something, he's like, I wasn't paying attention. I was doing something else. This
is the scene that Suicide Squad wanted to have in the bar.
Yeah.
This is what they wanted to have. They wanted to have this moment where they all fucking came together, but it wasn't fucking earned. And in this movie, these characters fucking earn that.
And dude, I laugh so hard at this scene every time. Like, when he's like, that's such a fake laugh. He's not a fake laugh. It's the realest
laugh. It's real.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. Like, I pissed my pants laughing.
Oh,
and then it has the great speech at the end by Quill. With all them uniting and getting on the same page and everything. It's just so fucking great. And then Rock is like, I'm standing here like a bunch of a-holes. Now we're all just standing up.
Now we're just a bunch of a-holes.
It's so funny. So I'm at the planet part. The fight with the ships at Xandar. The idea of the Nova Corps ships interlocking I thought was a really cool concept. How they all just kind of interlock to form like this shield that you can't get through. Mm-hmm. I thought it was really unique. I've never really seen a movie do that. That was pretty cool.
No Nova Corps Centaurians, I think they're called, which is basically what Nova is. Like is a superhero Nova.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's part of them. He's like a Centaurian level police force guy or whatever. I don't know. They're like space police. That's what they are, the Nova Corps, obviously. And he's like a Centaurian. Am I saying that right? Centaurian?
Centaurian? Centurion?
I don't know.
Centaur?
Whatever. He has accelerated powers compared to everyone else.
That seems fancy.
So I'm wondering if by the third movie, I definitely think we're going to get a Nova coming up here soon.
That makes sense.
It's just really weird to me that they introduce a Nova Corps and no Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's all I have to say about that.
I love when they show Nebula's implants going back into place and fixing her. I think it's really cool creepy looking. Yeah, I think it looks really cool. The climax at the end with they're all holding the Power Stone, and the payoff with taking his mom's hand. It's so great.
Yeah,
because like it goes right back to the fucking beginning.
Okay, so I do have a complaint. It's my Pac-Man moment of the movie. One of my least favorite moments in the second movie is the Pac-Man thing because it takes you so out of the fucking end. I just think it was a really weird thing, the dance off. Like, it was funny, but like at the same time, like Ronan's just like, what? Like he just freezes. Like the dance just makes him completely freeze, and he's like, I'm not going to do anything else because you're dancing.
I didn't have an issue
with it, but I mean, it was odd.
I mean, like, I took it as, like, it's something so alien to him, he's just like, what the fuck's going on right now? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, Ronan apparently is not a dancer and doesn't go to clubs, I guess. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? So he's just like,
it's so foreign.
He's looking at this, and clearly he's just trying to distract me. He's looking, he's like, what the fuck are you doing? What's happening right now? What are you doing? I never even
for a split second, I'm like, this is weird. And then Peter's like, oh, I'm distracting you, big dummy, and then I'm back in it again.
Yeah. I love the tease at the end of the movie about Quill's dad when Kraglin says it's good we didn't deliver to his dad like he's paid to, and Yondu's like, he's a jackass anyway. Jackass. Dude, that's a cool thing.
In the second movie, the first thing he says is, you jackass, or hey jackass, or something like that.
That's like the end of the movie, but that's fine.
It's the end of the second. Well, the first thing he says to him, though.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk to you.
There's notes to that whenever we get to the second movie, but okay. Let's go ahead and just jump ahead there. That movie was great.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, so how's this rating gonna work? Are we gonna rate this here and now, or is this how we're doing this?
We are.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Go ahead. You can go ahead with your rating.
No.
You don't have a choice.
I always go first.
Why aren't you going then?
Because I want you to go first.
Oh, I'm not going first.
Fine, but I'm going in the descending order then.
Oh.
Wait, ascending. I'm going up the list. I'm counting down.
You're counting up.
Wait, I'm counting. I'm saying the least important one first.
Yeah, you're counting
which is Thor: The Dark World with 4 sparkle dogs. That's my number 11. My number 9. Wait, no, my number 2.
There's still no accounting for bad taste. I told Wilson, I was like, I think Gable might be retarded. I told him there's no accounting for bad taste, and he's like, I don't understand what this means.
He's like, well, yeah, I was confused. I don't know.
I was like, apparently he's never heard this phrase before in his life.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, I still don't get it. Like, we're not accounting for my bad taste, or
there's no accounting for bad taste. You just have bad taste. It's a phrase. No. Like, I don't know. I don't understand. You've never heard the phrase.
This is like Drax with the
yeah, the metaphors are going right over your head.
Slit my throat. Number 10 is Iron Man 3. Number 9. This is getting weird because I'm changing the numbers as I'm going. Number 9 is Iron Man 2. Number 8 is Thor. Number 7, Captain America: Winter Soldier. Number 6 is Black Panther. Number 4 is Incredible Hulk.
Number 5, you mean, not 4.
Number 5 is Incredible Hulk. Number 4 is Iron Man. Number 3 is the Avengers. Number 2 is Captain America: The First Avenger. And then Guardians of the Galaxy is number 1.
Oh, wow. You went in ascending order to make the big reveal. It's number 1.
I mean... It would be very anticlimactic if I said it is number 1 and I was like, I have nothing else to say.
I don't think anyone's surprised it was number 1.
No, it's so superior. Dude, I think I like it better than like all the Star Wars movies.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, so, obviously it gets 10 Sparkle Dogs. Guardians of the Galaxy is number 1 for me, obviously. Number 2 is Avengers. Number 3 is Captain America: The First Avenger. Number 4 is Thor: Dark World. Number 5 is Thor. Number 6 is Iron Man 2. Number 7 is Iron Man. Number 8 is The Incredible Hulk. Number 9 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Number 10 is Black Panther. And number 11 is Iron Man 3. And as of... I guess we got an update on the Infinity Stones. Nothing changes in the second one. So,
Now... I think I explained my rating, how I rate it in my head. What would I rather put on the TV than the other movie? I've told you this before, right?
Okay.
I was just curious if you share if that's a similar thought with you.
I simply think of which one I liked better.
Well, I have a hard time deciding which one I liked better. It's hard to compare, and I put myself in a hypothetical situation, like Ashley's like sitting down for dinner and she's like, what do you want to put on the TV? And I'm like, and she says, it's either Thor or Iron Man. I'm like, Iron Man. There's no way I'm watching Thor over Iron Man.
Yeah, I just think of which one I like better. That's all I do. I keep it nice and simple.
Well, how do you know which one you like better?
Because I think about them and I'm like, I enjoyed this one more than the other one.
So it's the same, you just don't put yourself through the scenario. So it's exactly what we just said. Okay.
You're a retard. It's the same.
It's the same, except I need a hypothetical scenario to help me.
I simply think of which one is better, and then I pick one and I move on. Like, you do the same thing, except you go to dinner and watch a movie.
In a hypothetical situation.
Yeah. So are we going to reiterate every one of them, I guess? I guess
stones?
We should, right? Yeah.
Let's see. At this moment, we have the Space Stone in the Tesseract, which is at Asgard in that trophy room. The Mind Stone, which is contained in the Scepter, currently in possession of Baron Wolf von Puckstrucker at Hydra. And Hydra. At Hydra.
It's on the map.
Follow them at Hydra.
Yeah.
Reality Stone contained in the Aether, which is currently in possession of the Collector for some reason.
One would assume it's still there, I guess.
He almost got 2 then, huh? I never even thought about that. The Power Stone contained in the Orb, which is currently being held by the Nova Corps on Xandar. And then we don't know about the Time Stone or Soul Stone as of this movie.
You'd think with, like, the Asgardians being like, it's too dangerous to keep more than one Infinity Stone in a place. Like, they keep an eye on the Collector to make sure he's not getting another one.
Yeah, they're
not very good at this.
No, they are not.
They're not very good at this.
I still don't understand why they would be like, oh, the Collector, he's sketchy, let's give him one.
He has slaves. He's reputable.
One of his slaves are in a box.
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
She cleaned the glass wrong.
It makes no sense. All right, so let's go to the review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Let's jump right into it.
The news.
Let's go into...
Oh, wait, we're not doing real bullshit this week?
That.
I thought we were doing another episode first.
No.
I didn't know how this thing worked.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The Guardians must fight to keep their newfound family together as they unravel the mystery of Peter Quill's true parentage. So we got to see the new logo at the beginning of this one. This isn't the first time it happened, but the first time we've seen it in this marathon.
Was it the first time?
We've seen it, yes. It's not the first time they had it, I don't think. Wasn't Doctor Strange? Doctor Strange was before Guardians
maybe Doctor Strange.
I know they had it in Doctor Strange.
Was it before Guardians 2?
Yeah, Guardians 2 was last year.
When was Doctor Strange?
Was not last year. That was the year before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, this is weird.
So I don't remember what was before Doctor Strange, but I think Doctor Strange was the first one that they had it in.
It was... Let me see here. Before Doctor Strange was... These are my notes. Okay, this is garbage. I don't need this.
My notes are so much better than yours.
Ego's car... Wait, what?
My notes are so much better than yours.
Dude, look at this note. This note it was a prediction for the future.
Oh, cool.
Huh.
Interesting.
You did it.
Interesting.
Uh-oh. Something happened to my notes.
Got all my notes right here, all nice and organized. Go from one note to another with no hesitation, because I'm great like that.
What's going on here? This needs to come out of the... All my notes are like archived. I think someone's messing with me.
He just said archived. That's really funny.
How do I take this out of the archive?
He said archived.
Nope, unarchived.
You're definitely saying that. You're definitely saying that to be funny, right?
I mean, that's what it's called on here. It's called keep, and it goes in like a fucking cloud whenever it goes into the archive.
Yeah, but it's pronounced archive, not archive.
An archive. Dude, I didn't even notice I was doing that.
I said it 3 times.
Really?
I was like, yeah, I hope this is a joke.
In my head, it sounded right.
I was just hoping you didn't really think it was pronounced archive for real.
No, I know it's pronounced. I just kept saying it like that for some reason.
Oh, boy.
Is Ant-Man correct, or maybe it's Civil War? It's Civil War. Civil War came out before Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Does it sound right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Maybe.
Yeah, Ant-Man was before Civil War because he was in Civil War. Yeah, Doctor Strange I think was after Civil War. All right, so back to this movie.
Ant-Man, Civil War, then Doctor Strange.
That sounds right. So back to this movie. The Kurt Russell de-aging was quite the success. He looked great in the beginning.
Yes.
They're really good with this stuff, man. The aging and the de-aging with their CGI looks great.
It's only getting better.
Yeah. I definitely like that they're telling the story of Quill's dad after planting the seeds for it in the last one. Clearly, like, they were planting the seeds for his dad and the mystery of it. Gunn did a great job with that.
Yeah, did you notice the color scheme of what's his name's car? Ego's car was the same color scheme as Peter's ship.
Oh, really? I didn't notice that.
It was blue and orange. They're both blue and orange. I thought that was a little interesting.
Did you notice that yourself or read it online?
I don't remember, to be honest. I did look some stuff up for this, so some of the stuff I'm throwing in here, but a lot of these comparisons between the two movies are...
Everyone's going to be like, man, this Gable, he picks up on all these tiny things, and you like read stuff online.
I think the car was one of them that I picked up online, and then there's something about Ego's brain that I picked up online.
The minutia.
Yeah, that was about it, though.
I did not get the reference to the end of the first movie with Groot standing still in front of Drax during the opening until watching them back to back. Like, remember how in the post-credit scene in the first one, whenever Groot's dancing, Drax looks at him and he stops dancing?
Holy fuck.
In the opening of this one, Groot's dancing and Drax looks at me and he stops dancing. I was like, I didn't catch that.
I didn't catch that either
yeah,
until you just said it.
I thought that was a cool little thing there.
I said the Baby Groot thing in the last thing, so that's perfect. Dude, I don't have many notes in this one. This was another situation of me not being too focused in the movie to have notes.
All right, I'm just gonna hammer through some stuff here. There's only a couple issues I have with this movie. They weren't enough to make me hate this movie at all. I still love this movie.
No.
The couple issues I have with this movie, one of them is the bickering and fighting amongst the Guardians, which is mainly between Rocket and Quill. You know how I am about this stuff. Like I get annoyed whenever they do like the bickering and stuff like that and the fighting. The first movie, it made sense that they were acting like this because it was before they came together as a group. Just like in Avengers, they were fighting before they came together as a group. And it was unnecessary. I could have done without it. Like, you could have told the same story without Rocket and Quill being pissed at each other.
I don't remember them even being pissed. Like, I remember them, like, bickering with one another. That's all I took of it, though. I didn't think they were feuding or anything.
Well, dude, like, the whole thing on the ship, they almost died because of their fighting, because they wanted to, like, one wanted to fly the ship, the other wanted to fly the ship, and she even mentions, if you guys wouldn't have been fighting, we wouldn't even have crashed right now. They're fighting on the planet. Whenever he leaves, he goes, hopefully you're not a dick like your dad's not a dick like you, and he gets pissed. Like, even at the end, they make reference to, like, oh, he was mean and doing all this stuff, and he still likes him. And he's like, yeah, because we're family. Like, dude, Quill and Rocket were fighting the whole movie. Everything with them together was them fighting until the end. And it didn't need to be in it. And just, like, also the unnecessary conflict between, like, them on the planet where Quill was kind of being dumb and wouldn't listen to Gamora. It's like, you feel like you would know to listen to her. You know what I mean?
I feel like this feud was more of a subtle feud. The
Rocket Quill feud was definitely not subtle at all.
Really?
Not at all.
If you were to ask me to, like, explain the relationships in this movie, it wouldn't even have came to mind.
Like, the whole scene...
It didn't seem very foreground to me.
Like, the whole scene where the Sovereign's chasing them, the whole point of the scene is them fighting.
Yeah,
that's the main point.
Like I said,
scene.
I took it more as like a bickering, like you would bicker with your brother or a sibling or something. I didn't take it as like they like hate each other or anything like that.
Well, yeah, they're like fighting and bickering. I mean, I'm not saying they just completely despise each other, but like they're just arguing. Dude, it's just like in Ninja Turtles. Raphael's just a dick all the time and fighting with people. It's that type of thing. Like, they're fighting to the point where they almost died because of it. It's kind of a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, they almost crashed the ship and died because they're just fighting and being stupid. Like, it didn't need to be there. It was completely unnecessary.
Did you notice on a really cool detail, another example of really amazing detail, whenever they go through the what's it called, like a space jump or whatever,
yeah.
And they go into the atmosphere of that planet. As soon as they enter through the atmosphere, they immediately start burning up. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't notice that.
Like obviously in space, if you're going really fast, there's no like friction, but like as soon as you start going into an atmosphere and you're hitting through the Earth's atmosphere, you have all this friction going against your ship, and they start to burn up real quick.
Yeah. I didn't catch that.
Really cool detail though. Just something small, you know.
Let's discuss the humor in this movie.
The humor is definitely is subpar. I wouldn't say subpar as opposed to rapid fire, so it's very hit and miss.
No, my note first says that I think it's hilarious. I think the movie's really fucking funny. It's not as funny as the first one, I don't think, but it's still funny. It just suffers from trying too hard to be funny at a lot of points.
Yeah,
like there's numerous times throughout the movie where the jokes just don't hit. Like the Taserface joke's not funny. The plant fruit thing not being ripe, it's not funny, and they kept making callbacks to it.
I saw it,
and then almost all the jokes with the Sovereign I didn't find funny at all. There's a lot of Sovereign stuff where I'm just like, it's not funny. But I mean, for the most part, the jokes with all the Guardians are great. You know what I mean? Like the jokes with just them and stuff are great. I think it suffers from the non-Guardians forced humor, where the Guardians aren't there and they're still trying to make jokes and be funny, and it's just not funny.
Yeah, whenever. One of the moments was like whenever Nebula is on the ship with James Gunn's brother. I can't remember. Sean Gunn's brother. Ragland? Is that it? I think his name's Ragland. Ragland's like, oh, what are you going to do with your money? And she like goes off on this big rant about like death and destruction. He's like,
I buy a necklace.
I thought you were going to say like a fancy purse or something.
Necklace or something. Nice. Yeah.
So that was one of the moments where the joke just didn't hit for me. And I think this being not my first viewing and not being as annoyed as I was when I first saw the movie by the not funny jokes, I kind of like knew what to shrug my shoulder at and move on. So most of them didn't bother me this time, and I was able to enjoy the good jokes without being irritated by the not as good jokes.
See, the joke where Taserface calls Sovereign and she says her name and she starts laughing. I was like, dude, this is dumb. Like, Taserface needed to not be in the movie. That would have been beneficial. I mean, the movie was still really funny.
I enjoyed Taserface, just not as I don't know, not as much of it.
The only thing I enjoyed about it at all was whenever Rocket made fun of him. That was it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I didn't really find
That's all I can think of if you were to talk about Taserface, though. So I did enjoy that. Like I said, I shrugged off the other stuff because I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
And I was able to like enjoy the part where Rocket makes fun of him.
So why don't we have yellow sex robots? This is bullshit.
Yeah, we need to get all of our scientists, maybe get Stephen Hawking involved on this, to start looking into yellow sex robots.
He's dead.
Too soon?
I'm a big fan of the larger role that Yondu has in the movie. I like that he was featured in it a lot
more.
I
fucking loved it. Dude, Yondu has like one of the fucking greatest moments in this movie, or lines in this movie, is he's like, I may not have been your father, but I sure am your daddy.
Yeah.
Like, it sounded stupid and really rednecky, but like at the same time, it was like, oh man, he really cares about Peter.
Yeah, it was good. I liked him a lot in it. I really like that they go a little more in depth with the Ravagers. Before they just seem like a bunch of thugs in like a street gang, and then you have Stallone's character who he's talking about how they handle death, and you're not going to get to see the lights and the something, and like the more spiritual aspect of it. And it's not just like a gang. It's kind of cool they went more in depth with the Ravagers. I like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, I did notice. I did kind of notice I felt more about his Ravager pride, I guess I could
say.
Yeah. Let's see. My note here. This movie accomplishes something great. As I'm watching the movie, I know how it ends, but I have such an emotional attachment to every character that I'm still involved with each scene. Bravo, James Gunn and company.
Yeah. He's a good writer. Him and whoever wrote it, they're good writers.
Oh, dude, I want him to just be like him and Kevin Feige can just dominate everything from now on.
Yeah. Kevin Feige just needs to control his jokes. Control some of Gunn's jokes.
Yeah, well, dude, it was probably like I feel like maybe Marvel, or I guess Kevin Feige. I don't know. Never mind.
I would like to have an orgy with Gamora, Mantis, Nebula, and Aisha, or whatever her name is.
Who's Aisha?
That was the main Sovereign chick. Her name is Aisha.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to have an orgy with all of them. They're really hot.
That gold chick.
Yeah, the gold girl.
Let's see. What's a Tondi? Where Tondi? The scene where Tondi.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I think I was gonna say something about Yondu. Oh wait, literally the next line says the scene where Yondu gets his fin is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's cool. All right,
it's so funny.
I'm nowhere near there.
Oh yet. No, yeah, my notes are really spread out.
I like the music in the first movie a lot more than this one. I still like it in this one, but I just like the songs in the first one a lot more.
Wait. You like the songs in the first one a lot more?
I like them a lot more than in this
one. This is weird. I like the soundtrack if I'm listening to it in the car a lot better.
Yeah.
For the second one, but during the movie, I think that it works better in the first movie. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just like the songs better in the first movie. Like if I were to listen to them, their songs I like more.
They're both soundtracks. I'd give 10 Sparkle Dogs.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, the songs in the first movie are songs that I've heard more of. Like I've heard them more and stuff. The songs in the second one, some of them I don't even recognize.
Dude, I didn't hear them before. I didn't hear most half those songs before, but now I love them.
Yeah.
Now they're some of my favorite songs.
It was really cool watching Volume 2 right after watching the first one because you catch things you wouldn't have before, as we mentioned. Like one thing I think is really cool is when Mantis says Ego lies awake thinking about his progeny. Like when you watch the movie the first time, you think, all right, he's just thinking about Quill because he's reunited with him. But after having already seen it, and he's thinking about all the kids he had and he killed already, and he's trying to find the right one that works for him. It's like such a hidden meaning that you don't even catch. And you're like, that's crazy. Like it's not even what, you know what I mean? Like it's a different meaning when you watch it the second time.
Jesus Christ. Can we do hiccup break or just work with it?
You want
to work with it?
You'll be fine.
Okay.
The idea of celestial beings to me, I think is really cool. Like, just think about, like, being so old that you were around before there was nothing in the universe, and you got to see everything happen. I want to be a Celestial.
Isn't what's his name is Celestial, the Collector?
I don't think so.
I think, hold on. I think him and Jeff Goldblum's character are both Celestials. Is the Collector a Celestial?
Let's look up if the Collector is a Celestial.
It seems to be a commonly searched thing.
Sure is quiet.
I think he might be like something called an Eternal. Maybe not a Celestial. I'm getting them mixed up. Hold on.
This is riveting. This is riveting.
Yeah. If they only... Oh, boy. I mean, you can, I don't know, talk. I'm not, like, forcing you to not talk.
I'm reading.
This is podcasting at its best. This is podcasting at its best.
This is probably the best podcast ever. At least you have hiccups.
Like all the elders of the universe, the origin of the Collector is lost in antiquity. What is known is that he is one of the oldest living beings in the universe, having been among the first of the universe's races to become sentient in the wake of the Big Bang.
He's been around a long time.
He's immortal. I'm not seeing the word Celestial being thrown around, so I'm just going to move on.
He's just really old. He's just super old.
Yeah. Let's move on now.
Yeah, Celestials...
Way to fill that dead airtime, Dave.
Yeah. Hey, if you wouldn't have looked that up, we'd have been fine.
It's useful information.
It was very useful. I think Celestials are more like... Because they mentioned in the first one that being was a Celestial. That giant head they go into.
Yeah.
In nowhere. That was a Celestial.
Yeah, I think there's a different term I'm looking for, and that's why I'm getting confused.
Ego's explanation for not going back for Peter is really fucking dumb. I couldn't go back to a planet she wasn't on anymore. Okay? I mean, you just could have to go get your son. I don't know, like, why he just couldn't go back to the planet just because she was dead. It was really silly.
Dude, I thought he couldn't go back. Well...
No, he says, like, I couldn't bear to go back to a planet where she wasn't on anymore. That's what he says.
But he initially wouldn't go back because...
He left because he had to go to the light. That's why he had left, because he's like, we have to go back to the planet to get the light. He said he never went back because he couldn't bear to do a planet where she wasn't there.
Dude, I thought he said I'm, like, really sure, because I thought about this, that he said something about not going back because he wouldn't be able to leave the third time, like, leave her.
Well, yeah,
because he was falling in love with her.
Yeah, and then he said he couldn't go back. He didn't go back after she was dead because he couldn't bear to go to a place she wasn't at anymore.
All right, so we're both right.
Yeah, I'm like, well, why didn't you just go back and go get your son? Like, it didn't really make any sense. And Pierce was like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, it's stupid. Just go get him. Like, it didn't really make any sense. Another cool thing you notice in watching both movies is why Ego gets so excited when Peter is first able to channel the energy from the planet. Like, when you're watching the movie the first time and he channels it, he's, like, so excited. He's like, oh, you can do it, you can do it. When you watch it now, you're like, he finally found someone that he can use to channel the energy and, like, basically use him as a battery and kill him or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, his reasons for being so excited are completely different the second time you watch the movie. Yeah. Which is really cool.
Are we up to Ego's reveal yet, or no?
No, we're not there yet.
You have a lot of time to fill that.
Yeah.
If only you could have, like, done that.
As you would have not paid attention to anything I said as I was doing it. That's not very podcasty.
Fuck you, Dave.
I'm just saying.
Dead airtime is very podcasty.
Well, it is. I mean, we don't have a pause button or anything.
I'm eating another cookie. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not saving these.
The scene with Quill and Ego playing father-son catch is really fucking corny and on the nose. I'm like,
I thought it was funny.
It was fucking dumb. I was like, okay,
funny.
Cool. Look at them. They're so excited. They're catching up and playing football. It was really silly.
The way here's a way that you could possibly perceive it is that it is a common like pop culture type or well-known thing that fathers and sons bond over football.
Yes.
Or playing catch or whatever. So maybe that was Ego using what he knows about American or Earth culture to try to get Peter to be more bonded with him. So he just kind of picked something that was well known and just did it. You see what I'm saying?
I guess.
What don't you understand?
I know what it is, and I understand that. I just think it's just a really corny and silly looking scene. Because it's such a well-known thing. It's like, oh, cool, they're playing catch. Just like a father and son should. I mean, regardless of the motivations as to why Ego wants to play catch with him, it still looks really corny and silly.
Alright.
Just saying.
I mean, it does, but I think it's on purpose.
Possibly. I mean, I don't think all the other jokes that weren't funny were on purpose, but I guess this could have been on purpose. It could have just been.
Now I'm confused.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know that it was done on purpose to look corny and cheesy.
To look funny?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there was several things in the movie that, like, were not done on purpose. Like, the failed humor was not done on purpose.
I think James Gunn is smarter than that. Like, I think he'd recognize a scene that looks stupid and cheesy.
There's a lot of jokes that were stupid and cheesy that he left in the movie.
Yeah, I guess so.
I really like Mantis' character a lot. How do you feel about Mantis?
I'm not completely sold on the. I like her, but I'm not to the point with the other Guardians as I am with her.
I just think she's adorable. Like, I want a Mantis. She's really cute.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is it because she's Asian, sort of?
I mean, maybe. She's just really funny, too. Like, when she calls him, what does she call him, a crabby puppy later or something? Like,
Dude, the scene that we didn't talk about with the fucking fire where Drax plays a prank on her and tells her that she can pet Rocket.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. The eye gag with Groot, Yondu, and Rocket was even funnier having just watched the first movie and realizing it's a callback to the first movie, because in the first movie he's like, I need that guy's eye. And then he shows up with his eye in the second one. That was pretty funny. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, I like that whole sequence of them escaping. That was cool. I really didn't get why Yondu wasted that entire ship for no good reason at all. I didn't like. I was like, why didn't he just make the thing turn around and kill the guy? Like, he blew up the entire ship and took like a small part of it. I'm like, what a waste of a really nice good ship for no reason.
We're past the reveal, huh?
No.
Yeah, I thought Yondu showed up after the reveal.
No, I'm talking about when he blew up the ship, when they escaped the ship. That was before the reveal.
Oh, that ship, yeah. Dude,
yeah.
With the fucking arrow, the scene with the arrow, like, that music is really hysterical with what's going on. I love that entire scene.
Yeah, the scene's really cool. It just, the end of it makes no sense as to why he blew up the ship. I was like, that's weird. I don't know. It's a waste. It's a waste of a good... You pick out, like, small things that get to you, like, all the time, and it really confuses me.
Like what?
Like, you'll just pick out something, like, really small. Like, when we were talking about the last movie, you mentioned something, I'm like, I didn't even notice this, like, why this would be an issue. Like, you pick out the smallest things, and then...
Was it Thor?
No, we're talking about Guardians. We're talking about the first Guardians. You mentioned something really small, and I was like, I didn't even notice
the dance-off thing.
No, it was something else.
Oh, that didn't bother me. That was me, like, fucking trying to nitpick. That wasn't something that would, like, normally bother me.
Yeah.
I even mentioned that I was trying really hard to find bad things.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I can go back.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was something really small.
It was... Oh, was it the space thing? The space...
Yeah, the gravity thing.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really weird reaction they all had.
Yeah.
I didn't have issues with the scene. I just thought it was a weird...
Well, I get why you did, but, like, I don't... Like what I'm saying, like, I don't get why you blew up the ship and you're just like, meh. It's a small thing. It didn't bother me or kill me, but I just don't get why you did it.
I didn't think about it when I was watching the movie.
What else do we have here? Oh, I liked that there was no score at all during the Nebula Gamora fight. I don't know if you noticed this. There was no music at all during the fight. Mm-hmm. I think it actually made it better, not having background music, and I think a lot of movies can learn from that. Christopher Nolan should take some fucking notes and not have his score blasting for the entire movie fucking nonstop. Because it's unnecessary.
Is it like Hans Zimmer or something? Is that the guy who does it?
I think so, yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, like I really liked how it was just quiet in the background when they were fighting in the cave.
Yeah.
When I first saw this, I was bummed. Whenever Ego touches Peter's head and his eyes went all visiony and whatnot, I thought they were going to do some like stupid he's brainwashed, now he's going to fight his friends bullshit. I got really concerned. I was like, oh man, now he's going to be all brainwashed and fight his friends. But they didn't do it at all, and it made me very happy. I was very happy they didn't do that because I thought it was going to suck.
They didn't do that.
They didn't do that at all, which was good. And now comes
not doing that.
Now comes the big reveal.
The big dude. I know, like, this is probably the third time I watch this, so I know exactly what's going to happen. As soon as he drops the words that he fucking did it, I still say, oh shit, as soon as Peter's face comes back up.
Every time I see it, it's such a holy shit moment, no matter how many times I've seen it. And his reaction to it is so great where he starts shooting the fuck out of him. It's like he's instantly like, you're gonna die now.
I fucking love that moment, that whole fucking scene.
Like, he cares about his mom so much that even though it's his dad, he doesn't give a fuck and he's like killing him now.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much he cares about his mom. And I also, you mentioned this in the last one, I like how Yondu says, hey there, jackass, when he crashes into Ego, calling back to the end of the first movie, which was really cool. I can't remember when this is.
What is it?
The moment where Peter has, like, the little memory montage, where, it's whenever Ego has him, like, the light room again. Down. Yeah, and he has that little montage. I think the montage is great, and I love how he goes, you shouldn't have killed my mom and squished my Walkman. Oh,
this is the break the chain flashback.
Yeah.
Dude, I started tearing up to all the flashbacks.
It's so good.
You even saw that flashback that we didn't see with Yondu, like we never saw before with Yondu.
And you saw him with Rocket flying. You didn't see that either?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really cool moment. And then he says that line about you shouldn't have killed my mom and squished my Walkman, and that Fleetwood Mac song starts playing.
Yeah.
The song was great for that. I really love that moment. It's a great moment.
It's also like really, it kind of almost gets your adrenaline going whenever you start to see all the Guardians like breaking out of whatever like struggle they were in that scene.
Yeah.
Like you see Groot breaking out of what was constricting him, or you see Yondu crawling out of the dirt. It's just it was filmed and edited and put together so well.
Yeah, it was really well done. I really like that moment. All right, and the next thing I have is the death of Yondu. You have anything before that?
Nope.
All right.
Now I'm ready to talk about this.
Speaking of great moments, the whole part with Yondu saving Cole and sacrificing himself was such a great way to like end that climax, like that whole section of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was so well done,
dude. Okay, here's one of my comparisons to the first movie. So, in the first movie, we see Peter sacrifice himself, go out into space without a mask to save Gamora.
Yeah.
And who sees this when they show up? Yondu sees this. Yeah. Yondu witnessed this happen. So he learned from his son Peter and does the exact same thing to save Peter in this movie, which I thought was really fucking cool.
Yeah, it was really well done. It was very sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was very sad.
Oh, yeah.
It was very sad.
Let's see. Did the bomb go off yet?
Yeah, that was after everything on the planet was over. He died after the planet stuff.
Yeah, he did. I also wanted to point out how the since Ego gave Peter's mom a tumor in her brain, they took a bomb to her brain or his brain and set a bomb off there.
Oh, that's pretty
in
cool.
comparison to a tumor. So I thought that was a really cool, another really cool mirror type thing they did there.
It blew his mind.
Yeah, that's all I have. Except, I mean, I don't really want to talk about the Pac-Man thing.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you hate it. So, like, I mean, it was just for me. I watched. I'm like, all right, it's another joke that I don't really think is that funny. I didn't think it was such a big deal at all.
It bothers me because I'm so into that scene. I just want to see him throw like a huge fucking haymaker through Ego's head. Instead, I get wop 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 wop. I'm like, I don't know. It's very anticlimactic for me.
I mean, he obviously set it up from earlier, but I'm like, eh.
Yeah, he said it from like a lot of people said that to me when I said that was issues. They're like, oh, don't you get it? He said that earlier. I'm like, I mean, I heard him say that earlier.
It's still not funny.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I just didn't think it was that big of a deal at all. Like, it definitely wasn't my least favorite, like, joke in the movie at all. I thought there was other jokes that are worse than that even.
That was, I don't know, that joke specifically just bothers the shit out of me.
The joke where the fucking Aisha or whatever is walking on the carpet and then, like, the carpet stops moving, and I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, I'm just like, this is why are they?
Dave, it was funny.
Yeah, that's true. I gotta look at it like that. It was funny. I didn't look at it like that.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That was another stinker.
I love that Nebula turned babyface in this one.
Oh yes,
I really like that.
You did the thing that I do.
Yeah. I like that she turned good. I really like that.
Unnecessary wrestling reference.
I get kind of annoyed when I watch in the theater, and I remember when I watched in the theater, people would laugh whenever she's hugging her, and Nebula looks awkward. I'm like, it's not really supposed to be a funny moment. It's supposed to be like a touching moment, and I'm like, shut up.
I don't think I watched it. I watched that with you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I saw it.
Did you not watch it again in the theater?
I don't think I saw it in theaters after that.
Yeah, I think I saw it at least 3 times in the theater, maybe 4.
Maybe I did. I don't know. No, because I think I went with Ashley again. No, I think I did. I don't remember that reaction.
I mean, it wasn't like the whole like auditorium erupted, but it was just like whenever I watch Star Wars and the Yoda scene when Yoda starts fighting and like I hear a few people chuckling. I'm like, shut the fuck up. This isn't funny. It's supposed to be serious. Stop it.
He does look cute and adorable.
Yeah.
Put him in a hamster cage on a wheel.
A giant hamster cage. It was. I really enjoyed that Yondu got the Ravager funeral, which was cool.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
That was cool.
When they showed up, that wasn't the sad part. I mean, obviously the music was helping this whole scene, by the way. But the part where like you see Raglan get like really excited and you see tears go to his eyes, that made tears go to my eyes, and I got really like.
I love how his reaction is just so like over the top, but it's real.
It's so like sincere looking.
When you get so filled with passion and emotion, you're gonna get like crazy like that.
You just look, you get stupid and you don't care.
Yeah, I really liked how he reacted to that.
Oh,
it was real. The whole ending sequence, tying everything up, was fucking great. Like with all the different characters, and it was great. It was a great ending to the movie.
Yeah, this movie was fucking fantastic.
What are your thoughts on the post-credit scenes? I liked all of them, especially the Adam Warlock one.
Oh, I don't even remember all of them. Adam Warlock's. I am excited that we're gonna get to see Adam Warlock on screen.
It was. I just love how they did it. How she's like, "I'll call him Adam." I thought it was really cool how they did that.
Yeah.
I liked the first one was really funny where. Sean Gunn's character trying to use the fin and fucking hits Drax and keeps screaming and screaming and screaming.
She looked really hot in that post credit scene too.
Did. She definitely got hotter throughout the movie, that's for sure.
Yeah.
There was the one with Teenage Groot, which is kind of cool because they teased Teenage Groot for the next movie.
Yeah,
he's going to be in, so that's kind of cool. The Stan Lee one was alright, I guess, where he's talking to the
yeah.
What are those guys called?
The Watchers.
Yeah, the Watchers.
The Watchers, like, dude, if you're reading a Marvel comic and the Watchers show up and like the characters notice, like, oh shit, there's a Watcher here. Something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
So that's kind of an interesting kind of like omen towards what's to come then, because if the Watchers are showing up in the movie, something bad's gonna happen to the characters.
Well, that's all I got on Guardians C. Anything else to add?
Were there any other post-credit scenes? I feel like there was another.
There was 5. There's one I'm missing. There was the Finn scene with Drax. There was Teenage Groot. There was Adam Warlock. There was a Stan Lee one. There was one more. I'm having trouble remembering what the fuck it was, though. Prepare for silence as we think. What the fuck was it?
While we're thinking on that, do you want to rate the music video? Because I watched the music video again on the special features. I think it's fucking hysterical.
I'm not impressed with it. It's alright, I guess.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm just saying.
Dude, I give that 10 Sparkle Dogs alone.
What the fuck else happened in the fucking...
I haven't even started typing it in yet.
Post-credit scenes.
Guardians 2.
Post-credits. There's one more.
Post-credit scenes.
One more scene.
Maybe there isn't. What if there isn't?
I could have swore there was 5.
5 post-credit scenes. There
are.
What are they?
Bad Gateway. Okay, there's that one. I think the next one's one we're missing.
Oh,
yeah, that's what it was. With all the other Ravagers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Miley Cyrus was in that.
Yeah, she was the little robot.
Yeah.
Thing. Did you see that one of the aliens knows the mystic arts, like Doctor Strange?
Yeah, with the
hand thingies.
Yeah. That translated well over the podcast.
Yeah, the little discs.
Yeah.
The little like space energy discs.
Yeah, so that was cool. But I liked all the scenes. I liked them. I don't know. People were like, "Well, there's too much." Like, how can you have too much extra bonus?
You can't.
Like, leave it alone. It's cool. So, all right, where's our ratings pages at? Okay, so I'm gonna start from the top. Guardians of the Galaxy #1, #2 The Avengers, #3 Captain America: The First Avenger, #4 Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with 9 Sparkle Dogs. #5 is Thor: Dark World.
Wait.
#6 is Thor.
Where did you say Guardians 2 at, or didn't you say?
I just said it. It's after Captain America.
Oh, it's #4.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it got 9s. I couldn't give it 10 because it wasn't perfect. Number 5 is Thor: Dark World. #6 is Thor. #7 is Iron Man 2. #8 is Iron Man. #9 is Incredible Hulk. #10 is Captain America: The Winter Soldier. #11 is Black Panther. And #12 is Iron Man 3. Go.
Oh boy. I know exactly where I'm placing it. The issue is I don't know if it's 9 or 10 Sparkle Dogs. That's what I don't know. So it goes Guardians, the first Guardians, Captain America: The First Avenger. Those both have 10 Sparkle Dogs.
Okay. I'm just gonna say this. This is how I gauge it. If I'm thinking about the reason I gave Captain America: The First Avenger 10 from 9 was because I didn't feel anything they could have done better. There's clearly things they could have done better in Guardians 2, at least the humor. Like, the humor was not perfect in the movie. So in my opinion, I don't think it should get 10 if it's not a perfect movie, because 10 is perfect.
Another thing I'm going to give it 9 Sparkle Dogs. I definitely see your point, because the humor and the Pac-Man scene alone knocked it down a peg.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I just look at it, if it can have improvement, then it shouldn't be a 10, you know what I mean?
But I do want to mention a big, like, fucking thing I love about this movie is visually, like, the color scheme of everything. Watching this movie is such a beautiful fucking movie. I feel like the first one looks better realistically, but this one looks, like you said, more vibrant and colorful. It just fucking pops out of your face. It definitely does, but like for some reason, and when I watched the second one, like it's brighter.
I'm not saying the CGI wasn't like great, but for some reason, to me, the first one, it comes off as just looking better all around, as realistic and stuff. I don't know. For this one, I thought like some of the CGI just wasn't as good as in the first movie. I still think the movie looks amazing. Yeah. But I just didn't think the CGI was as great as the first one. And, like, I think in regards to backgrounds and stuff.
I agree with you,
like,
because I'm thinking
environments.
I'm thinking of that Pac-Man thing alone, and I'm like, that looks dumb.
Yeah.
It looked like, I don't know, that part there looked video gamey.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the reason, too, is because this one, more so than the first one, is set on a place where there's not really... It's kind of set somewhere it's set on Ego's planet. Like, what's Ego's planet?
He made it. Like, it's whatever he wants it to be.
You're completely making it up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like I think that's kind of an issue with it. It's not the movie's fault.
Yeah.
Like the first one, it's like you're in cities, you're in play. You know what I mean? It's something that you can relate to and you've seen.
There's some really cool shots, like whenever Gamora's like sitting there and shit. And
yeah.
She fucking cuts the thing.
Yeah.
You notice how loud her sword is when she cuts that one like
loud sword.
Yeah.
It's a very loud sword.
It's really funny. I'm like, that's a little over the top.
Yeah, I didn't think that was funny. That was one of the jokes where I was like, I get it. They love each other and you're upset, whatever. This is silly.
Do you ever notice when they do that? Like, I always find it, like, it doesn't annoy me. I just think it's really funny, like, in, like, TV shows and movies whenever they, it's like a small sound. And they'll make such a like over dramatic noise for it. Like I was watching Ash vs. the Evil Dead when he stepped on a nail. It sounded like a sword being unsheathed.
Yeah, I love how the unsheath sound of swords happens when they just swing it. I'm like, it's not being unsheathed currently. Dude, one thing that annoys me in movies all the time is the cocking of a gun. It makes me so annoyed. Dude, every movie or TV show you watch, they cock the gun to get ready. There's no reason to do that. It doesn't do anything that you need to do. Like, whenever you would cock a 6-shooter, it makes it a little faster because it loads a bullet into the barrel. Nowadays with guns, there are clips, that does nothing. And all it does is add to the effect of the movie where you're like, oh, it's getting intense. He cocked his gun. I was just watching a movie. I can't remember what the fuck it was. It might have been I think it was Strangers. They get a gun and she doesn't know how to use it. He goes, you just need to do this and you just got to cock it. I'm like, no, you don't. You're just doing that because of the movie to make it more effectful, more dramatic. Like every movie. I remember watching Stargate. In one scene, I heard like 10 guns get cocked. I'm like, there aren't even 10 guns in the scene. What's happening right now? This is silly. That shit just is so silly to me. It's not going to make me hate a movie, but I'm like, they just do it for dramatic effect. Like if something's getting real, you cock your gun because now it's getting serious. I'm like, that shit's so silly.
I never even noticed that before, but now I'm going to fucking...
Every movie you watch, you're like, they're cocking
their gun. They ruined
gun.
this old movie for me. It went from a 10 to a 2.
You never finished your ranking.
Yeah, let's do it. Guardians 1 at number 1 with 10. Captain America the First Avenger with 10 Sparkle Dogs at number 2. Number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 with 9 Sparkle Dogs. Number 4 is... wait, did I say number 2? This is getting hard. I'm just going to read down. I'm not saying numbers anymore.
There you go.
The Avengers with 9 Sparkle Dogs. Then Iron Man with 9 Sparkle Dogs. The Incredible Hulk with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Then Black Panther with 8 Sparkle Dogs. Then Captain America the Winter Soldier with 8 Sparkle Dogs.
8.
Thor with 8 Sparkle Dogs. I gave that 8. Yeah. You made your changes. Can I make my change? My one change?
You can make one change.
Thor to same spot but 7 Sparkle Dogs. Iron Man 2 with 7 Sparkle Dogs. Iron Man 3 with 5 Sparkle Dogs. Thor: The Dark World with 4 Sparkle Dogs.
The only thing you can't do is rewatch something and then change the rating. Since you didn't watch it again, that's allowed.
Okay. It's just. Because I'd then be saying I'd want to watch Thor as much as I want to watch Winter Soldier or Incredible Hulk or Black Panther, and I don't. I'd pick that over fucking Thor any day. Any of those any day. Although Iron Man 2 and Thor, that's a bit of a close call for me there, so that sounds about right.
Just let me know when you want to lower your Black Panther Sparkle Dogs, and I'll get all over that.
I still like that movie a lot.
It needs to be a little lower. We'll make it 5.5 maybe, something different.
What was your, besides that stone thing, what, like, with the main plot itself, what were your issues? Or was it just too slow for you, right?
I thought the entire movie was boring for the most part.
Okay.
Like, the whole plot seemed boring to me. Visually, it sucked during all the action scenes. I don't know, I just couldn't get into the characters. Like, I didn't even really like many of the characters really at all. My favorite character was fucking Claw, and he died. Like halfway through. I liked Warmonger. That's his name, right? Warmonger. Killmonger. I liked his character, but I mean, like...
I thought watching this the second time, like, Claw's death is very important for the plot of that movie.
Yeah.
Because that's how he wins the trust of that one guy and has anyone even backing him. Like you said, I rewatched it, but I'm not going to change my rating. I actually feel more confident with the rating second time in. But, I mean, I guess it could be that shiny new toy syndrome where I'm not, like, months down the road, I'm not going to enjoy it.
There's just so much stuff where I'm just like... Like, the whole scene on the waterfall where Black Panther just gets his ass kicked. Like, he sucks. He can't even beat the dude. In this first movie he gets his ass kicked. Like, he's not even a badass superhero. He can't do anything without his fucking juice until he juices up with the steroids. He's not even tough. He can't even beat that guy in a normal fight.
Did they mention how he had his training?
Who?
Black Panther.
How he had his training?
Yeah, like, what was his, like did they have, like fighting training?
I don't know.
Yeah, because the only, like, argument for... Well, I guess to help to progress the art discussion is Killmonger had like a shit ton of confirmed kills and a shit ton of combat training.
Yeah, he has a lot of training.
Yeah.
I feel like the Black Panther should have more because he's the fucking Black Panther. You shouldn't just be given the Black Panther because, like, you're fucking the king's son. You should earn the Black Panther and be an insanely good warrior.
Yeah, the old. I mean, that's what he was kind of earning in this movie. Like he earned the right by the end of the movie.
Yeah, but I feel like that should have happened before he even became the Black Panther. You shouldn't just be given it and then you're like, all right, deal with it.
He got Black Panther because his son or his dad was too old to continue as the Black Panther.
Is the Black Panther just handed
down? It was kind of given to him.
Is the Black Panther just handed down like in that same family?
In a sense, but the challenge has to be met. I don't know how often they do the challenge, but anytime they do the challenge, anyone who's ahead of that tribe who's part of royal blood has the right to challenge for the.
For me, it just made it. It just I'm like, dude, the Black Panther's a pussy. He just got his ass kicked in the first movie. It just made him look like a pussy to me to lose.
I thought I took it as more of a testament to how strong Killmonger was, as opposed to how weak Black Panther was. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
I took it as he was a vagina, though.
He was a pussy, yeah.
That's how I took it, as a vagina. He was a vagina I'd like to have sex with. He's a good-looking guy. I'd fuck him.
Dude, I'd go watch the movie again tomorrow if I could.
I don't know when I'm going to watch that movie again. I don't...
We're clearly on different paths here.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get it when it comes out.
That's
I feel like it's going to be a long time before I watch that movie again.
Next time you do a marathon. That's
yeah. I have to watch Ragnarok again.
Dude, this is how I felt watching Thor: The Dark World. I was just like, I have no interest in this movie.
Like for Thor Ragnarok, I'm kind of excited to watch it, even though I didn't like it as much. I'm like, all right, well, I'll watch it again still, just to watch it again. Like Black Panther, like with Thor Ragnarok, I'm like, maybe I'll feel different about some of the jokes. Maybe since I watched the other two Thor movies, something will stand out to me that I'll like a little bit more. With Black Panther, I'm like, there's nothing about this movie that makes me think that I'll like it anymore if I watch it again.
Dude, what I think I'm going to like more about Thor, what I do really like that Thor, well, I mean, we're going to discuss all this stuff more in depth when we do that review, but I like how it brings it into the cosmic world more rather than like its own separate, like, oh, there's Asgard over there. And it kind of makes it feel more like it's part of space rather than... You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I feel like the Guardians already did that. I don't know that Thor needed to do that.
No, I'm saying Thor got brought more into that world. I mean, Guardians didn't bring Thor into that world.
I'm saying they already introduced
I understand.
to the MCU.
I like that world, and I like being... I like the movies that take place in that cosmic world. Yeah. So when I saw Thor in it, I was like, oh, this is fucking cool.
Another way where they wanted to be more like Guardians.
Mm.
So that was the motto of that movie. Make it more like Guardians.
It really was.
All right, we're done.
I still liked it a lot.
We're done.
Can't wait to rewatch. I haven't rewatched that one yet. Have you?
No.
Okay.
No. All right, we're done. We're done. We're leaving now.
We should wrap it up.
Oh, yeah.
We're at 2 hours here.
Yeah. I told you we weren't going to have a lot of time to afterwards.
To watch Raw or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting to bed.
Where's the... Yeah, do that.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Next week, we got some more news. We're going to talk about Stephen Hawking's dying. We're going to talk about, on the real bullshit, Dave's extensive collection of ebony porn.
Oh, there's a lot of it.
And then we're also going to review Avengers Age of Ultron. We're going to review our review for Age of Ultron.
That's what we're going to do.
Then we also have a Fastlane review coming up, which we're going to try to find some time for.
We're probably just going to put that in with our other wrestling stuff.
Yeah, it's all going to be a big clusterfuck.
Yeah.
Let's see. Close of show. Plug YouTube channel, search Breakroom BS, and subscribe. You can also find links to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all on our YouTube page. SoundCloud. We also have Breakroom BS. You can stream or download on there.
Yeah, Guardians 2 at number 3, right?
Yeah, the only thing that separated Guardians 1 and 2 was Captain America, the First Avenger.
Alright, we're out of here. You guys have a lovely life.
See ya.